Assalamu alaikum dear students, welcome to NIEVS Homeschool. I am Farhana Yasmin, assistant teacher of morning shift. Now I am going to take a computer class for class 4. Our today's topic is chapter 2, page 14 and 15, and then we will do question answer 1 and 2 from this chapter. So dear students, let's start. In the previous class we did page 12 and 13, which was about input devices. Today we are going to continue reading about input devices. So the space bar, we will start with the space bar. This is the long bar. This key is used to put a space between letters, numbers or words. So we use the space bar to put space between letters, numbers or words. The space bar looks like this. Next, the shift key. This is the shift key. If you hold the shift key down and then press an alphabet key, a capital letter will appear on the screen. So we can use the shift key to write capital letters. You can press the shift key to type the upper characters on punctuation keys. We can also use the shift key to type the upper characters on punctuation keys. Also, you can use the shift key to type the symbols written above number keys. See here, in the number keys, you have special symbols above the numbers. So if you want to type those symbols, you can use the shift key as well. Look here, if you just simply press this key, you'll get 2, and if you hold the shift key down and then press the key, you'll get the symbol at the rate. The next is caps lock key. This is the caps lock key. Normally the caps lock is off. When you press the caps lock key, it turns on. A light on the keyboard shows that the caps lock is on. So you have to turn this key on. If you turn the caps lock key on, you'll see a light on it. As long as the caps lock is on, all letters that you enter will appear in capital on the screen. So if you keep the caps lock key on, you'll get all capital letters. To turn the caps lock off, press the caps lock key again. The green light will go off. So if you press the caps lock key again, it will turn off and the light will also go off. The next key is enter key. After you give any instruction to the computer, you can press the enter key. It indicates the end of the instruction. So when you have finished giving any instruction, you can use the enter key. This key is also used to move the cursor to the next line on the screen. You can also use the enter key to have a new line. Next is backspace key. When you press the backspace key, it erases the letter to the left of the cursor. Look at the example here. The fox jumps over the dog. See, there's a spelling mistake here. The E is a mistake. We have to erase it. See, the cursor is here, and the letter E is on the left of the cursor here. Now if you press the backspace key now, when the cursor is here, the E on the left of the cursor will get erased. So backspace erases the letter to the left of the cursor. The next key is delete key. When you press this key, it erases the letter to the right of the cursor. So, see the difference between backspace and delete. Backspace erases the letter left of the cursor and delete erases the letter to the right of the cursor. Look at the example. See, E is on the right of the cursor here. If you press the delete key now, the E gets deleted from the right. Okay everyone, let's move on to the next page. Go to page 15. Symbol keys. We also have symbol keys in our keyboard. Special characters and symbols are made on some keys. A few of them are shown here. Pressing the key enters the lower symbol on it. To enter the upper symbol, hold the shift key down and then press the symbol key. So there are also two symbols on one key. To enter the upper symbol, you have to hold the shift key down. Using the shift key, you can have the symbol up on the key. Besides these, there are several other keys on the keyboard. There are the function keys labeled F1, F2, etc. at the top of the keyboard. There are other special keys like Control, Alter, Delete, Insert, Page Up and Page Down. You will learn about them as you work with your computer. So these keys we will not discuss in details now, you will learn about them later. Let's go to the next para. The next topic is the numeric keypad. You remember the numeric keypad looked like this and it was on the right of your keyboard. Let's read down. A set of keys on the right of the keyboard have numbers and arrows on them. This is called the numeric keypad. To use the number keys in the numeric keypad, press the numlock key. A light comes on to show that the numlock key is on. So this keypad also has a key called numlock which turns it on and off. If you turn the numlock key on, you can type the numbers from this numeric keypad. Next is the mouse. A mouse is another input device, it's a pointing device. A mouse is a pointing device. It is used to move the pointer on the screen. You can see a pointer on your screen and this mouse is used to move that pointer on the screen. It usually has two buttons. Look at the picture, you can see two buttons. It may also have a small wheel called a scroll wheel, which helps to move up and down on the screen. So the scroll wheel, you see in the picture, between the two buttons, there is a black round wheel. This is called the scroll wheel. It can be moved and you can move up and down on the screen with that wheel. As you move the mouse on a pane surface, the pointer moves on the screen. A mouse is usually moved on a mouse pad. So if you move the mouse, the pointer also moves on the screen. And usually the mouse is kept over a mouse pad and over the mouse pad you can move the mouse. Pressing and releasing the mouse button is called clicking the mouse. If you press a button and release it is called clicking the mouse. A mouse can be clicked once to make a selection. If you click the mouse once, it makes a selection. A double click means quickly clicking the left mouse button twice. Okay, if you quickly click twice, then it's called a double click. You can use double click to give a command. For example, a command to open a new window. Okay, so if you double click, then you can give a command. Then you can do things like opening a new window. If you press and release the right mouse button, it is called a right click. If you press the right mouse button is called a right click. Most of the time, a right click opens the menu of command. So when you do the right click, it opens the menu of commands. The contents of the menu vary depending on where you have right clicked. Okay, what you can see on that menu can be different depending on where you have right clicked. For example, see the picture. A right click was made on the computer icon and this menu appeared. If you do it in other icons, the menu might be different. A menu of commands shown by right clicking the computer icon. The picture shows the right click menu of the computer icon. Okay, dear students, this was the input devices. Now we will do two question answers based on our reading of input devices. Let's look here. Question number 1 from chapter 2. What is numeric keypad? Answer. A set of keys on the right of the keyboard have numbers and arrows on them. This set of keys is called the numeric keypad. Question number 2. What is input device? Name 2 input devices. Answer. A device used to give input to a computer is called an input device. Name of 2 input devices are keyboard and mouse. This question number 2 will be your homework. Okay? HW3 is chapter 2, question number 2. This question, what is input device? Name 2 input devices. Let's read it again. Answer. A device used to give input to a computer is called an input device. Name of 2 input devices are keyboard and mouse. Okay, dear students, I hope you submit the homework on Saturday on due time. Stay safe. Allah Hafiz.